How's it going, guys? Welcome back to episode 13 of the post-Quinn Hughes Vancouver Canucks Franchise Mode, where today I'm going to be going through the draft, re-sign phase, and free agency for you guys today. As an apologies that I delayed the series because I was just concerned about the franchise mode with the rosters. Honestly, I'm just going to play through it. There's nothing really we can do. We could restart, but it would be all different and all the episodes wouldn't matter, right? It's way too late to restart. So I'm going to go through and play this out. The first thing I'm going to do is going to go through progress reports. I just want to check it with you guys because I don't know if I did it last time. But Zeke Boyum is up to a 91 overall, which is exactly what we wanted. 23 years of age. This is why we handed him out. I think it was the 8x8. Massive contract. We knew he was going to get to this. He's there. It's absolutely perfect. Just what we want to see. Filip Hronek is still our number 2 defenseman here as he sits with an 88 overall at 31 years of age. He's at the age, him and Pettersson, where we're getting out of the rebuild. It's totally fine to keep them. But at the same time, we could look to move them and start opening up our potential options. Now, Pettersson's going to be a little hard with this straight no movement clause. He might want out, though, because of how bad our team actually is. Next up is Thatcher Demko, an 87, who we were unable to trade at the trade deadline. Now, we can either send him a one-year contract and try to move him in the offseason, but I feel like the best thing would be just to call it a loss and let him go. As much as I want to bring him back, he could drop down to an 85. He's already 33 years of age. I say we let him walk, and I will show you why later. Next is Brock Boeser, who I'm going to look to open up a potential trade in the offseason. He's 32 years old. He's just getting out of the I want him to retire a Vancouver Canuck, but at the same time, I don't think he's going to be able to unless his contract will take him a little farther. Same with, Hronek and Pettersson. I don't know how those contracts are going to take them, so we're going to open up potential trade options for those three plus one more. Tom Willander, we're not going to look for a potential trade. Definitely not. 24 years of age, he's up to an 86. He's exactly where I thought he would be. Hoping he could jump up to an 87 and 88 maybe, but right now 86 is totally fine. We've developed him to bare minimum. This is what we needed him to get to. 85, 86, I feel, is what we needed out of Tom Willander. Liam Öhgren at 85. Same with Jonathan Lekkerimäki. Öhgren a year older, so he's going to have less development time. Lekkerimäki might be able to get that one more boost to an 86 to potentially match Willander and actually be a legit player. Tynan Lawrence is up to an 85. He had a really good development this season, which is nice to see. Only 30 points, but we want to try to unlock a little bit more out of him. I just want to make sure that we're not getting the discipline drop. I know we're not making the playoffs, but shout out to 2BC. The statistical growth was not good, but the natural growth was just outweighing it a little bit. Did I pass it? Discipline still on 83. Shout out to BC with his discipline thing. Also, that last episode, insane. How he got screwed, the offside. Oh man, that was crazy. Marcus Pettersson is the other guy we're going to be looking to open up potential trade. He's 33 years of age, same as Thatcher Demko. I was looking to move him in the offseason. I'm pretty sure he still has years left on his deal. You just can't see it on the screen, which does kind of suck, but definitely going to open up a potential move for there so that we can move a guy like Albert Smits into an elevated role. The rules I had for this franchise mode, I will put them on the screen. I'm going to get rid of the rule of playing the players at their position because we just hadn't been doing that. We've been unable to do that. If you look at their role here, we can't play them elevated, but honestly, we haven't been doing that. We need to start doing it. We need to get rid of that rule just so that it's like, oh, you're breaking a rule. Technically I am, but technically I'm not. Alexei Medvedev, he's up to an 84 overall. I think it's time for him to take over the starting role at 21 years of age. He had an okay season, but we're hoping that his growth will help him a little bit. This team was also really bad, so his stats probably don't really reflect how he was actually playing. Ethan Belchetz is a 21-year-old, 84 overall. We're just hoping that he's able to grow. If we could keep his discipline up is my thing. If we could keep it up, then we're good. Hopefully he's able to grow into a solid power forward for us. Dadonov, I'm starting to get a little bit worried about. He was like an 81 coming out of, and it's been like 81 coming out of the draft, and it's been 2 seasons now where he's only up to an 84, and I played him top line minutes last time, so It's a little concerning, but we'll see what happens. His speed did drop a little bit, which might hinder his ability to put up good stats. So we'll see what's going on. He's only 20 years old, though. I'm not going to worry too hard until he gets to like 22, 23 if he's still at an 84, but highly doubt it. Braden Coots is at an 83 at 22 years old. We're hoping he gets up to an 84, 85 by the end of his development range. So we just need 2 years of good development for Braden Coots. I think he's ready to jump into a third line center role, and if that's where we have to play him, that's totally fine. Tynan Lawrence is going to be second line center. He is ready for it. First line center is probably going to stay Elias Pettersson. It's going to be hard to move him, but we will open up a potential of a trade and see if we can pick up a guy who will be a role filler in the offseason. Noah Ostlund, I'm kind of giving up on a little bit. I brought him in to be a guy with Lekkerimäki and Ogren, but those two have just developed way past him to this point to where he doesn't really have a role on this team. So I might open up a potential trade just to get a lower draft pick, maybe like a third round pick for him, because I don't see a spot on this team for him, and we have a bunch of players coming up who I think are more deserving of spots lower in the lineup to see if they're able to develop. Gage Gonsalves is the same thing. I kind of just brought him in to be like a depth forward, like it says on his role there. Probably just going to let him go in the offseason. That's totally what I think. Same with Arshdeep Bains. I think it's time to part ways with him. If he is on a 1-year deal, just mainly due to him getting up to 28 years old, me being a little bit more lenient to keep those guys who have been around since day one of the franchise mode. I haven't been as like tradey with the bottom players. Our AHL is filled up. We're gonna be cutting pass, is that what the word I'm trying to think of here? Yeah, we're going to be getting rid of a lot of those guys to try to bring in a new developed core. Mancini, it's another guy as well who, if I think he's on a 1-year deal, I think we just let him walk in the offseason and bring up a guy like Albert Smits if Marcus Pettersson does end up getting moved, which he is more open to being moved, so that deal could actually happen. We bring up a guy like Albert Smits, play him in an elevated role, which is why I did want to get rid of that rule and see if he helps his development a little bit instead of stunting him by playing in the AHL consistently. I will go through in the system really quickly. I do apologize. This might take a while. We're almost done the NHL team. Ty Mueller, it's the same thing. I feel like Ty Mueller I'll keep, though, just because of the versatility. I know it's not real life, but he's a very versatile depth guy, and I just kind of like that as a potential scratch or a fourth-line center. Adam Novotny, Michael Hage, Atu Ratu. Ratu, I feel like I'll keep as well as a face-off guy. I'm not sure what his face-off stat is. It's an 88. We definitely need a guy like that on the draws, so having a guy like Aturatu, even if he's playing on the wing, is good. Novotny and Hage, we're hoping for good development. Hage, we're going to start opening up potential, just a depth flip, honestly, if he's not really developing. I kind of did ruin it by keeping him in the AHL, but I think I did play him in the NHL 1 year, and it didn't really help at all. If we go to in the system, I will go through this quickly. Nemec, we're going to look to bring up. Same with Dahl. DPD is down here, but we have been playing him in the NHL. I think I'm going to keep him around just because I like DPD, so we'll see what happens with him. He might end up being a scratch, but being able to play both sides is what I wouldn't mind having him as a scratch for. Albert Smits, it's time to bring him up and just see what he can do. Even if he has to play in a bottom pairing role, that's totally fine, but if we're able to elevate him, then I'll definitely do it. Boetinger is the other reason I think we're ready. I feel like he takes a 1 to 2 overall jump and is ready to be a backup goaltender. I am going to go pick up a backup goaltender just in case, and then I could just, I don't know, bury him or flip him in the offseason, or I might get rid of one of Tulipilo or Young and just potentially just do Boetinger with one of those guys. I need to part ways with one of those guys. Klimovich, it's time. I think it's time we let him go. He's going to be a top scoring AHL player. We'll see if he fits. We're going to be looking at a lot of these guys because, Kudryavtsev, Minio are getting up there in age now. They haven't really developed. Linus Karlsson, I'm probably cutting ways with. He should be better overall with how he is playing in real life. He just didn't really pan out in this franchise mode, so it's sad to see, but Linus Karlsson will not be on this team after this. Alkos, Ulrichsen, this Drake guy had really good development. He's up to a 77 defenseman. He could jump Albert Smits in the offseason. We'll see. Fjolgeberg, up there as well. He has really good potential. I think we drafted him in the first round. We'll see what happens with him. Developed really good. See if he starts in the AHL next year. And just the rest of these guys is kind of just like looking at, who we could potentially bring up, and just some guys who are developing really good, like the Lumala guy. And we might start opening up potential moves to add some players, just because we're going to be in the later stages of this rebuild. Although these players are developing, we need to start picking up pieces and slotting them in the lineup. So we will see. We're able to hop in 11 minutes of yapping. I do apologize. We're able to hop into the draft board. I just want to look. These are the guys it says for the number 4 overall pick. We're obviously going to go to the screen where the draft class screen, view draft class, just to look. But I just wanted to look at the picks, but obviously I'm going to hit the wrong button. We have 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, 2 third-round picks, a 4th, a 5th, 2 6th, and a 7th. I think we're really set up in terms of this draft. With it being later in the rebuild, we're starting to stack up prospects where our system's getting a little too heavy, where we might be able to just ship out some of these guys for, package them together to get better assets. View draft class, this is the one I wanted to do. I wanted to look here just because I think I really want this Suglobov guy. A guy to potentially replace Hronek. He's got a really good slap shot, good mobility. He's able to shut down. His shot utilization could be better. A- shooting, A- skating, A+ physical, A- defense, A- senses. His only thing that's really bad is puck skills, and I totally don't mind. If he's playing with a guy like Boehm and he's worried about, how he's going to be moving the puck, just send that over to him and let him worry about that, which is totally fine. And he's in our pick range. I'm actually really hoping we get him, because he did drop, and we had him scouted at 3rd, I think. Last time we have him scouted at 3rd. We'll see how it goes at the draft, but I'm really hoping we get Sluglobov. You know what? I'm gonna learn it after this episode, so I'm gonna be mispronouncing it like crazy. Looks like we have a couple guys scouted in that Montreal pick range, but let's sim to the draft. Let's get it over with. We'll view retirement while we're here. While we're going through Malkin, Kane, Stammer, so we're starting to get to that part where JT Miller's gone, so that means Elias Pettersson doesn't have to worry about him anymore. Not really any big Oliver Ekman-Larsson, former Canuck. None of us, no Vancouver Canucks though. We have a very young team, so I'd actually be surprised if a guy retired, unless it was Thatcher Demko due to injuries. Goaltending: James Reimer, Allen, Merzlinkins. Really, he's 35. That's crazy to me. Husso and Subban. A lot of these goaltenders come up so late that I have a very bad adjusted age for them. I think they're way younger than they are. I didn't see if any of the coaches retired. Let's continue simming through the draft interviews. Head to the draft. Let's hop in right away. And we're going to deal with this 4th overall pick before we start dealing with any potential trades, because I don't see any targets here. And I would definitely like to see a target before potentially making a move. Our next pick is the 22nd overall pick, so we'll look to see what we can potentially do with that. We don't have any plans to move up. We could package the 2 first-round picks to guarantee ourselves however you say his name, Suglobov, Suglobov, I think is how you're supposed to say it. But we're just going to take the gamble because he is ranked 4th. We're going to go double check. Maybe he's ranked 3rd, and it makes us panic a little bit, but I don't see that. And we really want this right D. It's only best to draft positionally when he's the best player available, and I think he is the best player available at this point. So let's see how much we had. Do we have that much scouted on him? Yeah. For him to be unknown like that, I think we should have done the draft interview. We probably couldn't unlock that. The other guy, this is still Suglobov. 200-foot game, skating, offensive creativity, lacks that. Oh, he looks a little better, just smaller. Nathan McKinnon, he's NHL ready. We already have Tynan Lawrence. You can never have too many centers. Suglobov is the best player available. This throws a little wrench into it. If any of these guys drop, I'm sure that they're good prospects. This is Kraus, the 1st overall pick, puck protection 101. Just looks so good. For him, he's a medium elite though. Sean Monahan, NHL ready. Hoffman. Are we actually going to be able to go Hoffman here? Puck protection 101 skill, offensive creativity. He looks really good. Sean Monahan, NHL ready. I think it's just a bunch of Sean Monahans, I guess. Logan Couture, NHL ready. He looks really good as well. Yeah. He's got good size, good skill. Is he a potential power forward? Where is that? Am I missing it? Yeah, power forward, this guy. Oh, they're all power forwards. Then we got a playmaker down here. All right. Nashville's going to get Kroos. That's what I think for sure. That's who I think they're going to pick. I'm going to let this one run out here of the first overall pick, and then I'll sim the next two just to make it go a little quicker. But since we're already so far through, might as well just let the time tick down. Nashville is the pick in. Pick is in on the screen, I guess. We're just waiting for them to go to announce it. With the first overall pick in the 2020... Oh, it doesn't even tell me, does it? 2020 something NHL draft. The Nashville Predators are the 2029 draft. There it is. It says on our roster thing. Are proud to select the Kraus guy. Yes, they do. 83 overall, medium elite. Let's check out his player card here. Insane season in in the U.S. National Development Program, I'm assuming, or whatever this is. It's definitely not college. Let's see. Wow. I really like his physical stats on top of it. He's a power forward. 6'1", 205. Just looks good. I feel like he's going to be a little bit better. He might be a bit quicker of a power forward. This guy would have been a great pick had we been able to select there. The Seattle Kraken, will they take Hoffman? They will. This is the exact guy who I was thinking of. I just forgot his name. Yet again, another very physical, just all-around good power forward with 3 X factors instead of 2. And Calico goes to the Boston Bruins. He's going to be a 4th line forward when he gets to the show. And a little bit less on the physical stats, I would say. All around same. We're going to be going with... I feel like we just got to go with him. Take the best player available. I'm not going to take Chung. We're going to go with the best player available. And that is the guy who I have a hard time pronouncing his name. Oleg Siglobov. Welcome to the Vancouver Canucks, 81 overall, medium elite, and I think it's time we trade Marcus Pettersson. His offensive stats aren't that great, but look at the defense. Yeah, I mean, the defense is pretty good. His skating could be better, but you match him with a guy like Buem, which he's going to be matched up with. It could look better. Another right-handed defenseman in the system, I know, but Filip Hronek is going to be on the way down soon, so a potential trade opening up there. His puck skills aren't that great. Good discipline, offensive awareness could be a little bit better, but he's more of a defensive guy, which is nice. Is he a defensive defenseman overall? Yeah, a big defensive defenseman. Yeah, I think that's the pick we needed to make. We could sim to this 22nd pick. We could go pick up a great younger offensive talent in a potential trade, but we will see. I'm going to go look at all the trade blocks, kind of just looking at, like, the little 3 names on below their teams and see if there's any interesting names that I want to go look at, and I'll let you know if I make any small depth moves, and then we'll see you at either any trades we make all the way up to the 22nd overall pick. Alright, we have a deal here with the LA Kings. Now, I understand might be cheesing the CPU just a little bit. We might take on a bad contract if they have one. Oh, it looks like they have one in Kevin Fiala. This trade gets moved to the side as the Islanders make a pick, but it would be the 5th overall pick in exchange for, I haven't seen that glitch where it gets rid of it, Marcus Pettersson and Noah Ostlund to the LA Kings for not the 5th overall pick, for their 1st round pick next season. So this would be the move. It doesn't look like it will go through. I'm willing to add a little bit more if needed. The reason I'm making this trade is that we're at draft picks, so we got to do this. You go to look at their defensemen, they don't have any. We have an influx. I'm willing to move it. They would be willing to take on a defenseman, even with paying Erik Karlsson $21 million, if you remember from last episode. And then forward-wise, they are very young. They do have a really good first line, I think, with Byfield, Kempe, Fiala. I don't know that guy who's going to take over, but they have really good, potential out of it. And even if Kempe does leave, or I don't know if Byfield leaves, I feel like he's probably RFA maybe. Or unless they have an extension kicked into him. Okay, they have a 2-year extension kicked in for Byfield. Even if Fiala leaves, Voronkov moves up and still fine. And they have Larson and Chung. They're going to start making their push because their top prospects are way better than ours. I feel like this is where I'm justifying it. I'm going to go look, though, at all their players and sort by money, just to see if there is a bad contract that we can like take on. And it's Philip Deneau, but it's 1 year left, so it's not like it's gonna do anything. That's about it. Like, I could take on Philip Deneau to satisfy my contract right now, but it is the offseason. We will test this out. It will not go through, so that's totally fine with me. That's what I thought would happen. I'm just gonna go scroll down, and we're gonna check. How much am I paying out to? Well, I'm not paying that many players a lot, so our contract situation's not that great, but we have a lot of money to work with, which is good. And we need to pay out some money. So another one would be, like, I would be willing to get rid of a guy like Nemec or a guy like Hage, just older, not quite ready, but at the same time it might stunt them because they're not going to a great system. They'd probably be willing to take a guy like that, though. Do I do a Hage? Like, I think for this pick, it's worth it. They just got the 5th overall pick. I feel like they're better with this trade, though. 3 years of Marcus Pettersson and potentially 2 years. I think they both RFAs, so they'll have Hage and Östlund next season. Let's see if it goes through. No, they're willing to take Michael Hage. They're willing to take all 3 of these players. Now, this is our white trade. It's our off-the-block trade. I'm not sure if we made one at the trade deadline. I'm pretty sure we didn't. So this is... Yeah, I didn't mean to send that again. I do apologize. Let's see. I'd be willing to move one of our picks this year just because we're upgrading the pick. If we move out our second round pick, the 34th overall pick, it probably pushes it. No, it does not. Yeah, this is going to be a tough trade to make. So I might get rid of these 2. Take their first round pick for next year. Get rid of it. We'll take the Wilds first and their second for Pettersson and Östlund. No. No, that won't go through. So it will definitely go through a Hage, I think. It will definitely go through a Hage. I think we just need to purge a little bit of our system, and I feel like this is what that does. I don't think we have to make any forward moves after this unless we're making like a Besser or a Pettersson move. They both have no movements, though, so I don't know how that's going to pan out. This probably goes through. Oh, wow, it doesn't. It really doesn't. They don't want to part way with those assets, which is totally fine. I'm going to go look to see if there's a team on Marcus Pettersson's board that'd be willing to move it. If not, I'll come back and overpay. All right, we are going to be trying the same trade with Pittsburgh. I looked at all the buyers who potentially needed a defenseman, and guess what? I can't speak this episode, but Marcus Pettersson didn't want to go to any of them. He's like, no, I don't want to go to Edmonton. I don't want to go to Dallas. I don't want to go to Colorado. He's willing to go to Pittsburgh, and no, they don't want to make this move for that first-round draft pick. Okay. Do they have another first? We're just got to look at their draft picks and see what we can do here. They have a second for next year. They have the 13th overall pick this year, which might go through just based on this. Or the 11th overall pick this year. They have the 11th overall pick. It's 11th overall pick and a 4th round pick for Pettersson and Östlund. No. No. And I don't want to give up Hage for all this. I mean, we could... Here's the thing. The 11th overall pick has already been made. Which it didn't tell me that. So I think it was made as we were going there. Yeah. I don't know. I'm having a tough time trying to trade Marcus Pettersson right now. All right. I'm going to keep trying, man. I'm just going to keep... Honestly, you know what? We're going to do this right here, right now. We're going to get rid of Marcus Pettersson right here, right now. So although I would like to get a bunch of value for him and try to maximize his value, straight up for a second round pick. That's what I'll do. I could have done that with the Kings. I'm doing that with the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Kings angered me, so I'll do it with Pittsburgh. Marcus Pettersson gone, it opens up a room. We just kind of need value for him. It was just opening up a spot for Suglobov. And we're like so deep into this episode, and I'm just trying to get Suglobov. Whatever, Oleg Suglobov. And I'm saying Suglobov. Okay. Yeah, I apologize. I'm a little tired. We'll get to this 22nd pick, and then I will go through the rest of the draft, and then at like the 7th round, I'll go look at some trades, and we'll see if I make any more. So, let's sim to the 22nd pick here as we are up. It's going to be more of a depth player, which we expect. We're going to... Oh, man, I didn't do great scouting around here, did I? Nope. Not a great report there. Not a great report there. Not a great report there. Not a great report. We're picking blind on this one. We are picking blind. So there's 4 Canadians, and a Finn. We also got some other players, but I'm not looking too far down here. They have this guy ranked, but he's a grinder. 6'1", 191. 6'2", 203. 6'1", 193. 5'10", 178. Why don't we take a smaller player and see if we're able to develop him? He is not that bad. That's perfect. That's what we need. The 34th pick. We'll go after this pick, or not after this pick. Later, we'll go see. I see a low elite. I take low elite. That's what I'll do here. We'll take a low elite center, without a doubt. Every time. We got a 2/5 for a second round pick. What is this trade? No, thank you. No, thank you, Anaheim. I don't want to do that. Another low elite. We take a right-handed defenseman low elite. We'll take it. They're showing us low elites. We'll take low elites. Our scouts just went and was like, let's find all the low elites, so it's an easier draft. I say we go Canadian. I see this guy potentially being a low elite. He's a top 6, low, so it's not as good, but still top 6 potential, just low potential of hitting it. A lot of trade value here. What are these draft trades? You get a 6th and a 7th for a 3rd. Potential medium elite, another Finn though, and he is a medium elite center. We are hitting. What is this draft? This is like just basic, not even like surgical scouting or anything. We're just hitting based off luck. Here, I don't see that much. I'm gonna go with the guy who has 2 and an elite. 2 medium elite goalie. Medium starter. Great draft. Great draft so far. What a draft we're having. Looks about the same. So we're just going to go with this 1 medium elite goalie. Another goalie. Restock a little bit. Oh my god. Restock a little bit. And we absolutely hit with all our picks. We're in the 6th round. You know what? I'm just going to test my luck a little bit. This guy's going to be elite. No, bottom 6. There we go. I knew it'd run out at some time. We're having such a good draft that doesn't really hurt us at all. We'll just scroll through and see here. This is insane. People actually probably look, and we're not taking 3 goalies. They look through, they're doing a good job scouting, and I just go through and pick randomly pick and making good picks. All right, I'm going to go look at a potential trade. If not, I'll see you back here. All right, just to get rid of them, because I have been looking to get rid of them and I just need to peace of mind. Michael Hage and Noah Ostlund over to Toronto in exchange for 2/3 and a 4th. If they pan out at Toronto, good for them. But I just wanted to move off of them. That's it for this draft. So let's sim over. 2 pick 194. Do we have 2 7? No, we don't. We have 1 7th. And just for fun, we're going to get a steal in the last. We're just going to do this real quick with Philly. We're just going to go to Philly, take their 224th overall pick, get them. We'll just do a swap. We don't got to get more value. We don't got to do, a swap. We'll see what they get here. They're going to get a medium elite. Nope. We'll see who wins the trade. We have to get above a 7th defenseman to win the trade. I see you, guy. We just win this trade. I say we just win this trade. He's a bottom, so we don't really win the trade. All right, we had a crazy draft. I don't know how I did that. I don't know. It was just crazy to me. Let's see here. So we're going to advance day. We have some coaches to re-sign. That's totally fine. We have some players to re-sign. I'm going to go get rid of get the coaching and scouting done, and we'll see you guys at the re-sign screen. All right, we're here at the re-sign screen. For us, luckily, the only coaches we have to deal with are AHL coaches, so I will be able to fit under budget with those guys. I'm just going to go, if they don't want to come back, I'll just fill them with a bunch of guys who have really good teaching and are cheap. So it's no NHL guys. We don't really have to worry about that. Things we do have to worry about though. We have $53 million in cap space. We need to get that money up because last time we weren't able to make moves. That OEL buyout doesn't really affect us anymore with $116 million in cap, in total cap. So we're gonna start, handing out some deals to these guys. The first thing we're gonna do for me, the first thing we're gonna do is go to unsigned players, and we're gonna hand Suglobov a deal. Welcome to the NHL, kid. Fjolgeberg, he gets a deal. Welcome to the NHL, kid. Lumala, he gets a, you know what? He gets a deal. Lumala gets a deal. Welcome to the NHL, kid. The rest of these guys are going to let develop for now. Goaltending is the next thing we're going to go to. I don't think we need to hand out any of these guys a contract. In terms of it, Thatcher Demko is the only guy we potentially have to make a move to, grab. Ty Young, I'm going to qualify his contract. This Kapanen guy, I will release. And Tolopilo, I will release. Au revoir. I'm sorry. We couldn't keep you. And we're going to hand Blunden a contract. And he accepts it. We don't lose him this time. That's good. Modine's the only guy we really got to worry about next time. And Demko, we'll see. We'll see at the end. Maybe we hand him out a contract just to, have an expensive goalie if he is expensive. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the UFAs, and we're just going to drop all the guys that we don't think we're going to keep. Baines, I don't think so. Gonzalez, I do want to part ways with. Mancini, I want to part ways with. Drake, I do want to sign. This is a one where it's like, yes, definitely want to sign him. Linus Carlson, I apologize, you're gone. Max Sasson, I apologize, you're gone. Guillaume Brisebois, I apologize, you're gone. And all these guys can be released too, because I don't see them playing at any point with us. A lot of the UFAs, we are just cutting ties with, getting rid of them, and opening up potential contract spaces. Now, RFAs is the big one. We've got two big money makers this season with RFAs. DPD, I will qualify, and I'm not going to release him this time. That's 2 years in a row that I did that. Ratu, we're going to qualify as well. Thomas, I think I don't want to release him right now. I'm going to keep Kudryavtsev, and I'm going to keep Minio for this season, and we'll see at the start of the year what I want to do with them. Parker Alkos I'll keep, just younger. Josh Bloom, I think we're going to release Josh Bloom. And we're going to release Chase Stillman. But we're going to keep Arnri Ravinskas. I do like Arnri Ravinskas. I know he's not going to pan out. Same with Riley Patterson, we'll keep. And we'll keep Basilson. Sonnen, we just need some depth guys in the AHL, and I feel like those guys will help. Vilmer Alriksson we'll keep as well. Did his potential go up? I swear he was a bottom F. We might be able to turn him into something. If he's able to turn into a bottom line guy, he can literally plug in on the left side, bottom, because his physicals aren't as great. He's not really that great of a player actually in this game, but he is a fourth line grinder, so it makes it fun. The only ones, Klimovich, I'm actually gonna just release, let him go find elsewhere. In terms of a contract, we'll sign Mueller. I know I probably could have signed these guys cheaper, but we want to give them big money like Mackie. What do you want for 8? 10? 11? 11 over 8? Yeah. So we're not going to be handing that out to him. 3, you want $6, $7 million for 3 years? 7.5 for 3 on no clauses? We'll see what happens. I feel like we're going to get into Rossi discussions with those guys. Ogren, 1 year, 5. I'm willing to do 3 years yet at 7.5 for both of them. Low risk, and I feel like he definitely stays if we give him 7.5. And we just can't find the sweet spot, can we? We'll send those two to those guys and see what they do. We will qualify him after. I'm going to qualify Thomas. We'll just keep him. He's going to be a top-end guy in the AHL for us there. So, yeah, without really further ado, it's just these RFAs we have to deal with. We'll see. Hide Legend. That's not what we wanted to press. We wanted to press this. Breaking news. Abby fired. Yeah, we fired our head coach for... He wanted like a mil. No. Just wants to test free agency. Same thing with Lecker Mackey. We're going to have to give him 8. Are we gonna have to give him 8 mil? It's just these two that we have to deal with right now. So the first thing I'm gonna do is qualify Ogren and qualify Lekermacki. And I'm gonna enter negotiations with them, and I will do this. I'll do this on screen. It's gonna be pretty quick. Charm, does it work? It does work. Organization, market. Okay, I don't think I have to persuade him here. So we go organization, team status. He wants to be on a winner. Persuade doesn't work. It does. It does. It does. Contract. I want 3 years. Improve offer. Increase salary. 100K. Increase salary. 100K. I'm willing to do the 7.5, so that's why I'm just gonna get it up there. Continue. We'll send it to him with the betterment of knowing that he is more on this organization than he was. Let's hope we're as lucky with Lekermacki. Let's hope we're as lucky with Lekermacki. Charm doesn't work. It does not work. Organization. Market. Large market. Small market is where I see myself. This is where we have to test ourselves. Do we persuade and it works? Bang. Bang. Team status. Persuade. And it went down. I think we just undid all what we had there. So I think 2 years is where we go with Lekermacki. Just to get that contract up. I'm just going to increase it a little bit. I could have just done 3. I think I'm going to give him 7 for 2. So I was willing to give him 7.5 for 3. I'm willing to give him 7 for 2. If he's willing to take. All right, advance day. Liam Ogren. This he doesn't want to come back. That's fine. Oh wow, the goalie coach comes back though. Bang, Ogren. Bang, Lekermacki. There we go. Okay, we're getting a little bit better at wheeling and dealing here. We still have $38 million in cap space. They don't tell you the floor here, do they? No, they don't tell you the floor. All right, so we'll figure out how far we are to the floor when we get to real quick here. Oh, can you even do that without a trade? Without a place to make a move? And I don't know what I pressed. I think we're into calendar. Are you able to check that somewhere? I do apologize, guys. I'm not as good as franchise overview, maybe? Ooh. No, this is scouting. Did I press the wrong... This is franchise overview? Really? This isn't that cool. For franchise overview, you would think it would be cooler. You know, for like a screen of contracts, you would think it would tell you what the floor is. $78 million what we project to spend. I think it was about 90 is what they said was like what we need to spend. So we do need to up our money a little bit. We don't really have... I mean, extensions next year is definitely... We're going to see us upping our money because we got to hand out Smith's a deal. We got to hand out Nemec, Novotny. Let's see. Coots needs a deal. Dadonov needs a deal. And Lawrence needs a deal. Does Belches? Belches does not need a deal. So we're going to go to goalies. We're going to see what Demko wants in terms of money. And we'll see. We'll hand him out 3 years. I don't want to give him a full no trade. I don't want to give him even a modified. I just want to go no clause. The years is specific to him. Well, how about 1 year at 9.5? 1 year at 9.5 for Demko for just one more season, and we can see if we can extract value out of him. It seems like he wants to come back, and I'm totally fine with doing that just for this one season. I know I said I was willing to let him walk at age 33. Even if he does drop a little bit at $9 million, if we were able to retain half of it, it's totally fine. We should be able to go add some more players with cap space. The only thing I want to check now is just to make sure all our UFAs are signed. They are. We're all RFAs. We don't have to deal with anything. We can head into free agency and fill out our coaching staff and fill out the rest of what we need. Maybe hand out a, Erik Karlsson $21 million deal while we're at it, just to, get our cap up. We're at 40 players. All right, let's head into free agency. Is there a big one that we're able to make a big swing on? Berkeley Catton's there, but he's an RFA. So let's go to UFAs, is what you have to do. UFAs, Kevin Fiala does go to free agency. Marco Rossi does end up in free agency. It'd be funny to bring him back. But, bringing Marco Rossi back would probably entail getting rid of Elias Pettersson, which means we would be downgrading $3 million, which is not what we need. We can go to the trade screen, so we're going to go double check just to see what we need to do to get up to that cap floor. We're so close. It doesn't tell you what the floor is, does it? It does tell you in the contract screen, doesn't it? Or not the contract, when the price goes up of... What am I thinking of? When the new cap comes in, that's what it is, and it tells you what the new cap is. It does tell you the floor. Here, it doesn't tell you the floor. Or am I missing it? No, I'm not missing it. All right, Otto Stenberg. These are all UFAs. Oh, these are all skaters. Why is Otto Stenberg so far? Oh, because I thought he would... Oh, yeah, why is Gabo so far up? Is it just overall wise? Yeah, I think so. He wants $3 million. It's not bad for an 86. I would take that in a heartbeat. Nothing really, insane. I feel like we're probably just going to end up handing out one of those big contracts to... Look at the goalie market. Look at the goalie market. Oh, my God. It's a good goalie market. One of those insane contracts. I wonder if Erik Karlsson's available. I'd be willing to do it just because it'd be hilarious. Erik Karlsson is there. And he wants $7 million at 81. That's crazy. How about a 1 year? We're going to go $13 million for Erik Karlsson. Yeah. Hopefully I didn't give him a no movement there. That would have been embarrassing. Yeah, we pick up Erik Karlsson. He had 60 points last year. He was like an 81 overall. That's hilarious. All right, I feel like Erik Karlsson is the only big move I really want to make in this free agency. I don't understand free agency. Or I understand free agency is going to be a little bit boring. Filip Hronek, yeah, potentially to move Filip Hronek. We could open that up just based on how good Suglobov does. Yeah. I feel like we're fine. $17 million in cap space. We are well over the cap floor. Exactly what we need. I think I just deal with the coach. I'm just going to deal with the coaching, and I'll see you guys at the edit line screen. We'll get ready for next video and next season. All right, before we get to the edit line screen, I just wanted to hop on. We got a new head coach. I forget his first name. Jorge Cruz. Teaching A. That's the reason I went and picked him up. And look, pretty much getting there to be a really good head coach. His penalty kill could be better. His coach influence could be better. But it's almost a B+, so I'm not too worried about it. In terms of best fit, Boyum, Elias Pettersson, it's exactly what we need. I can't go down a little bit more, but Dalchis, Dadonov, it works out. Coots, it works out for them. Besser, Hronek, not as much, but remember, Hronek, we're on the fence. We don't know if he's going to be staying, so the scheme fit isn't as bad. He's a more offensive scheme fit, so he's going to allow the players to, just do what they need to do. That's honestly what we need in this rebuild. We also picked up a guy down here. Look at that. Malhotra in the AHL. So Manny's still down there. I know it's age. It's not actually Manny, but he's still down there. So I'll see you guys at the edit line screen. Just wanted to show you that. All right, we are here at the edit line screen. Before we do anything, I just want to check who the captains are. I'm pretty sure Hronek, Petey, Besser, exactly what I need to see. Edit lines. Let's hop in and see this team and see if the AHL team is also as good as I want them to be. Tyne and Lawrence. That's what I like to see. Belchez is up a little bit. I don't like Novotny up there, though. Tyne and Lawrence. He's ready for the second line at 21 years of age. That's exactly what we want to see. Our Canadian boy. Let's go. Ogren, Lekermacki, Lawrence is what I wanted to rock there. I wanted to rock Besser, Pedersen, Dadonov as the top line. Right, because Dadonov is a power forward. He's a two-way. This is what I wanted to rock as the top line. Second line, it doesn't really work, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work through the season. Third line, do we do Nemec or do we do... We're just going to go check scratch just in case the coach messed up. That's something I don't want to see, but it's totally fine. At the moment, I want to go to defense. Novotny or Nemec. Novotny has the X factor. I feel like that'd be just better. Just to put him up there, see if he can develop a little bit. It gives the chemistry boost because Belchez also has one. Braden Coots, 84 overall. Still third line guy, but he's up a little bit in overall, which is nice to see. Ty Mueller, Thomas. I feel like we're going to go Thomas out for Ratu just for draws. And I'm going to try to utilize Ratu as much as I can for faceoffs. It is a -1, but we can fix that defensively. Let's go look at it. Erik Karlsson is in the lineup. Now, the thing is, I do want to play Erik Karlsson. Albert Smits. Oh, my God. Everything looks to work out here. +5 for Hronek and Boyan, which is exactly what we want to see. Smits is kind of ready to jump into a role. Pedersen, it's got to be Sluglobov. I'm sorry, Karlsson. It's got to be Sluglobov. Top 6? Yeah, I feel like he'll benefit from playing down here a little bit more defensively. Yeah, Dahl kind of just like not going to pan out, I feel like. If he is going to pan out, he would have went up a little bit. Look at how good this AHL decor is. Scratch 2, William London. Nice. So we did end up working out that AHL decor to be pretty good. Okay, the guy I want up is Drake. Then we're going to do Minio, Kudryavtsev, and yeah. Or maybe we do Alkos there. That works. AHL forwards, it doesn't look as good. And we have Jet Wu, Basil Sansonen. So I will go fill this out. I just thought that there would be a little bit more guys here. But in terms of how I want it, we're going to put Ravinskis down. Patterson down. Or, no, Fitzgerald first. Fitzgerald over Patterson. Pintonen down. Lamala down. We don't want Sansonen. Yeah, maybe. Wilson Bjork down. Vilmer Ulrichsen down. So we need to go pick up like a 79, a 78. 79, 78 center left wing for the AHL, and then kind of fill out the middle 6 on the right side. And that's good. Goalies. Boetinger, 81. Backup goalie. Demko is what we want to check. Still an 87. Medvedev, 86. I'm going to flip them. Honestly, it should be very 50-50. I don't know how they're going to play it. If we do let Medvedev not play as much, just a little bit, and it doesn't affect his overall, that's totally fine. Thatcher Demko as well up there. That's nice to see. Boetinger and Young, I feel like we're ready. And I feel like at the end of the season, we're going to be moving over to Boetinger and Medvedev instead of Demko and Medvedev. I just want to check. Does this franchise, if I go here, franchise overview, look, why is this the franchise overview? Huh. There was a screen that 2BC did get to that I want to see, try to find. Before we end this episode, do we have any in the system guys that don't have contracts that we could fill out to our AHL team? No, not really. We could bring in Torres, we could bring in Filatov or Zinger. No, not really. Alright, well that will do it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. We got through a lot in this episode. I have a lot to edit, and it is late night, so I do apologize. This video is going to come out later on Wednesday because I do got to edit on Wednesday. But yeah, without further ado, if you're a Canucks fan and you enjoy this kind of content, hit that subscribe button. Set a goal to try and hit 500 subscribers by the end of this regular season. Leave a like, comment down below what we should do with the team. I feel like we have a good plan, but let me know if you guys think we should go look for a player, see if we can add someone. As always, I'm open to suggestions. The video on your right is the video from Monday. The video on your left is the video from Friday. Subscribe's right down under the video on your right. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.